Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Pokemon Blaze Black 2. Last time, we confronted Team Plasma in the Lacunosa town after hearing a legend of a mysterious, powerful, and apparently gruesome Pokemon said to have come from outer space. And we also came here to Route 12 and cleaned up the very short amount of work that we had to do here. And in this episode, we are going to be heading to probably, to be perfectly honest with you, my favorite area in the entire game. Let's do it. Also, worth pointing out, today is February 6th, the day I'm recording this, Mewtwo's birthday. Happy birthday, big guy. This is the village bridge. When I was first playing through the post-game of the original Pokemon Black and White, I was riding home from a family gathering. It was pitch black. I had my DS out with my headphones in, and I was exploring this area, this part of the region. And when I came to this area, I just had to stop for a second, because the music here is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like, it's so calming. It's crazy how calming this music is. And it gets better, but we're going to be getting to that soon. I tried to ask for directions, but it turned out I was talking to a Pokemon trainer. You need to be careful too. Yes, unlike the other unlike the other bridges in the Unova region, this one features trainers. It also features houses and actually pretty much an entire settlement here. Kinda crazy. This is the village bridge. I think what we'd want to do first is head over this way, because as you can see, there are actually sports courts here. Something a little bit random, and as you might expect, these trainers will fight you. My serve is 120 miles per hour. That's the kind of killer attack I'm about to show you. Alrighty, let's get into the battling here. I'll be honest, the reason this area is so special to me isn't really apparent right away. But if you remember, I've always said that my playstyle has always been to explore every inch of an area before moving on, to talk to a lot of people and see what an area has to offer. And that is the mindset that you have to approach this area with if you want to truly appreciate its beauty. And wow, that was a hard hit. Okay, we are going to switch over to Victini post-haste. But yeah, if you just run straight across the bridge without giving it a second thought and proceed to the next route, you're really not gonna get Village Bridge. This area is... I feel like this area is truly special and very underappreciated. It's probably one of the reasons that Unova is probably up there on my list of favorite regions in the series. It's just... it's so atmospheric. Right here we have a Carbos, which is very nice. One thing I definitely recommend, talk to everyone. My favorite thing nowadays is to compete in the PWT. And right here, we have yet another Smasher that we can fight. Watch my furious tennis footwork. You get it now? We're really tough. Alrighty. So now we have a second Smasher here, also packing a single Pokemon. In this case, it is Lilligant, which means I probably want to switch Garchomp out because, for whatever reason, Garchomp keeps on taking these huge hits, which is unfortunate because I want to show off the raw power of Garchomp. It just keeps getting smashed down all the way to about KO'd. And anyone who's in the know with the series at all would know that that is not a very accurate representation of Garchomp, especially not in the single player. So I guess I'm just getting unlucky in that regard. Anyway, we're going to take a Petal Dance there, and yeah, sure, we'll hit it with another Flame Burst just to be extra sure. that we got it extra crispy. Okay. Very nice. Gastrodon gets level 55, which is very good. And we have defeated both of the players on this tennis court, which means we can proceed over this way. And, as you can see, you may actually walk under this bridge, and the camera will pan around to show you the upper portion of the bridge, which I think is really awesome. And right here, we have another trainer. A high-level battling technique is art in its own way. Alrighty, I believe if I counted correctly, this area has 9 trainers in it in this game, which is kind of crazy because in the original Black and White, this area only had 3 trainers. So it got quite a big upgrade. Also, in the original Black and White, the sports courts were not here. So this area actually got a little bit of an upgrade in the intervening years. And good, we actually brought it down. That would be terrible if I lost to a Smeargle of all things. Your strength cannot be put into words. Just saying, the design of this area would make me want to paint it too. And I'm not even a painter, but the area is just so gorgeous. It's amazing. Alright, there is a hidden item. Is it here? Yes, it is. A big mushroom. Very nice. Now, I want you to listen closely when I talk to this person. When you talk to these musicians around the map, they will add portions of the song. This person is named Durleth. Keep that in mind for later. And over here we have a rare candy. Very nice. So now, as you can see, the music has permanently changed for the duration of our being in this area. If you leave the area and come back, the music will reset to what it was in the past, and you'll have to talk to the musicians again. But I think for now, I think it is probably prudent of us to start to cross the bridge, because why surf a river when you can cross over a magnificent bridge such as this? So I think we are going to do that. As you can see, there are several houses on this bridge, and I think it'd be prudent to come into each one of them to talk to everyone who has made this place their home. Oh, your Pokemon look pretty tired. Don't be shy, take a nice long rest. Yes, there is a healing point in here, but I figured we wouldn't run into it right away, so I decided healing at the end of last episode would be prudent. Both you and your Pokemon are healthy and energetic. If you get tired, please talk to me. I'll let you take a nice long rest. And of course, she has a Gothorita right here. Very nice. And over here, we have this backpacker. I'll cross all the bridges in the Unova region, even the marine tube from Undella Town. I am so looking forward to it. As am I. As am I. What do you think? We've been indecisive for 2 years. Let's live here, shall we? Maybe we should move in. We don't even know when the villa in Undella Town will be finished. Interesting stuff. Interesting world building. Everyone's mentioning other areas, and I think that's just a really cool detail. Unfortunately, these houses on the south side of a bridge cannot be entered. They are just here for decoration. But in here, this house is actually empty, surprisingly enough. Interesting stuff. Wait! Wait! I've been waiting for this day. You're the 1000th opponent. I've got a 999 win streak. Be my battle opponent. Alrighty, guy. Gwahaha. Even though you're just a fledgling, you'll still be my 1000th win in a row. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, I am so sorry. Gentleman Stonewall. Interesting name, I have to say. Anyway, he's bringing out a Lucario. As I have repeatedly demonstrated throughout this series, this is a force that is definitely to be reckoned with. I am going to hope that this guy is not packing Earthquake. Alrighty, we got a Calm Mind coming out here. And Dig. Will it be enough? I'm not sure. It is. Very nice. Will that put us to level 52? I think it will. Garchomp grows to level 52. And up next is Durant, and I think you all know a very good matchup for Durant, so we are going to be taking advantage of it right here and now. I have to wonder how this guy managed to beat down 999 people before me. I don't think there's even that many trainers in the whole Unova region if you count up all the NPCs. I might be wrong, though. Get a lot of experience for that, and Victini gets level 55. And last up we have Scizor, which I believe is the exact same type combination as Durant, so I think the same strategy will work here as well. Down it goes. No levels on that one, but we defeated Gentleman Stonewall. Ah, how merciless. I've steadily extended my win streak for 2 years, and now it's over. But I have a strong will. I declare that I'll try again to have a 1,000 win streak. I won't battle you next time, though. You'll just break my streak. And off he goes. You gotta admire this guy's dedication. Just the atmosphere of this place. And here we have another musician, Russo, who has added yet another track to the song. I hear a sound from somewhere. Sometimes it sounds sad. Sometimes it sounds a little goofy. Do you think it could be a ghost? Interesting. We're definitely going to have to investigate that. In here... Follow me, Ducklet. I wonder if veteran Pokémon raise or train young Pokémon. I wish somebody would raise me like this, with 3 meals and a nap every day. Everything's so wistful here. Sorry about the cut there, nothing important. But anyway, next house. In here, I'm so happy to be able to eat with my Pokémon. Pokémon make the most adorable faces when they bite into sandwiches. Everyone lives such simple lives here. Oh, you're a newcomer, aren't you? Then, let's battle without saying a word. Are you ready? Sure, let's do it. Alright, I want to bake tasty bread for strong Pokémon. And we have yet another battle here. Definitely worth exploring this entire area because you never know what you're gonna find. Here we have Heatmore. Willing to bet this isn't one of the guys that Gentleman Stonewall fought for his 1,000 win streak, because I have a feeling going up against a Heatmore would very much disappoint him. Anyhow, hit it with Dig, and I think this will be enough. And it is. Very nice. Up next we have Chirim. As you might expect, Victini is going to be coming out to deal with this one. Alrighty. Out comes Chirim, and out comes my Flame Burst. Very nice. And up next we have a Chansey coming in. Chansey, as I believe I've explained already in the series, is an extremely defensive Pokemon, so I think what we want to do is we want to hit it with everything we can possibly muster. If I remember correctly, it's mainly specially defensive, so I think Force Palm is probably our better option here, since I'm pretty sure Force Palm is physical. Looks like my intuition was correct. Down goes Chansey. Lots of experience for that. Oh my, it appears you reserved a victory too. Wow, what a trainer! You understand and trust your Pokemon. That's why you got this result. I'm totally hooked on village sandwiches. I come here every day to eat them. Like, I just love this entire area. Everyone has this, like, all of this completely unimportant to the main story dialogue, but it really builds the world, and it feels like that this area is just so simple, and yet it's so deep. I love it. My great-great-great-grandfather and his girder worked together and built this village bridge. I'll be a stonecutter like my grandpa. I can get help from powerful Pokémon. If Team Plasma had tricked everyone into releasing all their Pokémon, it would have been impossible to build a bridge like this. People and Pokémon are inseparable. The relationship is not more or less than that. That's what I believe. I'd say I believe the same. Anyway, I think we'd like to head up this direction next, because here we have another PP up hidden in the trash right here. Very nice. And we have... How about this? This sound. Doesn't it get to your heart? Your mind? This is... And I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation, but we'll say his name is Eichmann. Or Eichmann. Something like that. And here we have a basketball court. Oh, you look pretty good. Let's play some pickup. Now, I'll be honest, I am not good at basketball. At all. Like, I will fully admit that. Looks like we actually have a triple battle right here, which is pretty interesting. We have two Magmar and an Electivire here, which is an interesting combination. You know what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to switch Garchomp for Mandibuzz. I am going to launch Bulldoze on Lucario, and I'm going to switch Victini for, let's say, Gastrodon. I'm pretty sure Gastrodon won't take a too devastating hit from this attack, but I think it'll be fun just to see what'll happen when we launch Bulldoze. Alrighty, out comes Gastrodon. Out comes Mandibuzz. And bam! Gastrodon takes a minimal hit, which I was counting on. And... oh man, no one actually fainted from that. That's really disappointing. Ah well. Alright, we're going to take a Flamethrower on Mandibuzz here, which hurts a bit. Take one on Lucario, which is going to hurt quite a bit because it's actually weak. And Screech is actually nullified on Mandibuzz, which is pretty awesome. Alrighty, so I think we're going to use Dark Pulse here, repeat Bulldoze here, and I think Strength here, since I'm pretty sure Lucario's the fastest. And he is. Very good. Meaning, we have a triple knockout. Always wanted to do that. Alright, gain a lot of experience for that. Gotta go through the cycle for each one of them. Which I think they fixed in Generation 6, so it just bundles it together. That game, you totally crushed me. Indeed we did, although I think it would be more proper to say we shook you from below. Fooling you fair and square, that's what we call a trick play. Throwing around all this basketball terminology, really not familiar with it. But it looks like we have another triple battle, which is pretty much the polar opposite of what we had earlier, which is kind of fun. And I think what we will do here is we will once again do what we did last time, because this is pretty much the same situation. We're going to switch in Mandibuzz here, bring out Bulldoze here, and we are going to switch into Gastrodon here. Alrighty, this ought to be fun. Hopefully Lucario won't take a Flamethrower to the face, but if we do, it's not the end of the world, to be perfectly honest. Alright. Let's see what kind of results we can achieve with this. I think we actually got a knockout there if I'm looking at it. Yeah, we took out one of the Electabuzz. That's pretty awesome. Very cool. Okay, now we are getting somewhere. Screech is nullified, and yeah, Lucario's probably not going to make it through this flamethrower, which is unfortunate, but them's the ropes. When was the last time Lucario was actually knocked out in this series when I wasn't trying to catch a Pokemon or something to that effect? I think it's been quite a while, actually. But oh well, I think Lucario did need to get knocked down a peg because it is quite powerful. Anyway, I think this last turn should definitely wrap up this fight, so let's do it. Dragon Claw onto Magmortar, do that little bit of chip damage, and of course we have Flame Body, which we have to deal with. And then we have Dark Pulse onto that Electabuzz, and that should just about do it. Very nice. And Gastrodon gets level 56, which I very much appreciate. Alrighty. Magnezone is trying to learn Lock-On. I think everything here, though, I'd rather keep instead of delete it in favor of Lock-On. So we are going to skip out on Lock-On for now. Alrighty. What was the hoops? I was the one who got text scrolling so fast I couldn't read it. Practice as if it were a real game. Play in a real game as if it were a practice. Very cool stuff, although they look to be dumbfounded that I defeated them. But anyway, if we head down here, there is one more little portion of the bridge that we have not yet explored, complete with wild Pokémon. That we've already seen, apparently. Anyway, right here we have a Max Ether, which is very nice. And over here we also have yet another trainer. Been a long time since we've heard this music. I just keep running around. I've got the whole field to myself. Sometimes it's fun to just go out to a field and run around in it. Anyway, right here we have a youngster who is bringing out a Venonat, which I'm pretty sure we've seen before at this point, but it should not be any trouble to take out whatsoever, so let's do it. Wow, it actually survived that. I'm impressed. Venonat isn't really all that good of a Pokemon. When it evolves, it gets pretty decent, but as it stands right now, I'm surprised it was able to withstand much of anything. It's funny, I feel like Venonat's the kind of Pokemon that I often forget exists. Which I feel bad for any Pokemon for which that's the case, but Venonat is just one of those ones that I'm just like, oh yeah, Venonat's a thing whenever I run into it. Anyway, gonna bring out Victini to counter its definitely more powerful evolution. But since we are playing the weakness game, I think we are just going to lay it on thick. Yeah, there we go. That is the power of Psychic. Really glad we found that a few episodes back. I know, I shouldn't take it all for myself. Indeed, the world is meant to be shared. That's just what Pokemon X and Y taught us. Anyway, right here, we have an Ultra Ball. Very nice. Although I'm not sure if we're going to be catching a Pokemon this episode, though we might. And right here, we have... Singing gives life to my spirit. Will you listen to the voice of my spirit? This is Kuntz. And if you listen carefully... there are now vocals to this song. And you might be surprised by this, and I feel like a lot of people do not know about this, but this is actual Japanese dialogue. It has been listened to twice over again by the fandom, and they believe they have been able to correctly transliterate it, and then, of course, translate it into English. The song so goes, I am a geezer standing in the dusk, mesmerized by the gulls. Gazing fixedly into the blue sea, I bemoan with shed tears, as I yearn for the lovely gulls soaring above the blue harbor. That little detail is probably one of my favorite things in this entire game. And it goes a little bit further. These NPCs, Derleth, Eichmann, Russo, and Kuntz, the first letter of each of their names spells out dark. Their Japanese name, Tambo, Sun, Gachi, and Reizo, the initial kana of all of these NPCs' names spell out Tasogare, meaning dusk. These words are quite clearly heard in the song being sung in this area once you have spoken to all 4 characters. And it's definitely fitting, because these 4 characters are titled as the Dark Musicians of Village Bridge. Another interesting fact is that in the English localization only, these characters are named after science fiction writers, those being August Derleth, Dean Kuntz, Robert Eichmann, and Richard Paul Russo. Very, very fascinating little detail, and probably one of my favorite, most in-depth details in the entire game. Anyway, if we head in here, we have a girl singing. Eek! I'm practicing! Get out! Interesting little detail. Perhaps that's what that woman up on the bridge heard. We should make sure to go inform her of that. Anyhow, if we head up here, we have a blue shard free for the taking. And another little detail is if you attempt to surf, and for that matter, bike in this area, the music will not change to the surf or bike theme. Another really great detail I like about this area. Anyway, if we head over here, we have a little bit of doubles grass, and TM17 Protect. Very nice. Now I think it is high time that we headed back to that girl up on top of the bridge and told her about our discovery. So let's wrap right on around through here. Of course we had to get interrupted by that. It wouldn't be a Pokemon game without interrupting wild encounters. I hear a sound from somewhere. Sometimes it sounds sad. Sometimes it sounds a little goofy. Do you think it could be a ghost? What? A girl practicing music in that house? I see. I got it. Thank you. Accept these as a thank you gift. And we get 5 citrus berries for helping this woman. Keep somebody's secret. Otherwise, your secret will be out. One more deep little detail before we finally say goodbye to the village bridge. Probably my favorite area in the entire game. I don't know if we'll ever be back here, but if we ever come back, I look forward to it. But anyway, I think that will end off this very wistful episode of Pokemon Blaze Black 2. So, this past episode, we explored the Village Bridge. Probably one of the deepest and yet simplest areas in all of Pokemon, and one of my favorite areas ever in a Pokemon game. And next time on Pokemon Blaze Black 2, I think it's high time we got to Opelucid City, don't you think? So without further ado, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.